Hello and welcome to the second part of this two-part series on how to configure and install Home Access Plus. This is the configuration part of the video, and this is for versions 3.2 and beyond. So you'll need to go back onto your server that you've just installed, just copied the contents to, and you'll need to edit the web.config file for these files for this installation. When you load up the web.config file with Notepad, you'll notice that it is very big and very wordy. The main sections that you need to focus your attention on are the Extranet config section, the connection string URL, LDAP path, the membership and role providers, as well as the authorization rules. So first thing you will need to do is peruse the Extranet config base settings. Change the establishment name, establishment code to what you want them to be. If you are using the student photo handler, which is in another configuration video on the CHS Extranet website, leave this as is or as configured. If you are not using this, please delete this line. Scroll across and you've got the admin email address. This is for the help desk, which enables you to send email, allows the system to send emails on behalf of that user. Scroll across and you've got the student email format. This is used for updating their details. As with anything in this web.config file, curly bracket 0 gets replaced with their username at runtime. You've then got SMTP server, which is the SMTP server of that the help desk uses. In our case, we're using exchange1.crical.internal. Change this to be the SMTP server that you use. You've got the SMTP server port, so if you're using a different port, whether you're using SSL with that SMTP server, and then the username and passwords for connecting to the SMTP server. Underneath that, you've got the Active Directory username and passwords. Please change these from domain /administrator to being changing domain to being what your domain is. So ours is Crical. Change the student's group name from CHS students to whatever the 3-digit code is before your student group. Set the Active Directory password to something other than nothing. Then underneath that, you've got homepage links. Homepage links are these links here, and you can customize them. By default, we ship with 4 links for you to play with, but you can have more if you so wish. So you need to simply update these 4 links. You can change who you allow to update their details by editing the top link. Do not change its name, however, otherwise it will break the system. Just change the show to, and the show to can be, if you browse further down, you can see that show to is basically the groups, and it can be comment eliminated. Whenever you see tilde / in any .NET file, it stands for the application directory that it's running from / what the file that you're looking for. So you can see here we've got the name, browse my computer, it's a description of access your school my documents, show to everybody, and the link location is mycomputer.aspx, and the icon is images icons net.png. You can add new ones and edit the current ones to your heart's content. Underneath that, we got the Unc Paths, with the exception of the N drive that's not listed here. The rest are, so you've got a special one that I've added, which is your admin my documents. You can remove this if you do not run a separate admin server. So you've got a UNC path, and once again you've got the curly bracket 0, which means it gets replaced with their username. It's only there for admin staff members, and it's only shown to admin staff. It's only admin staff who can write. You got the H and N drive mappings are special drive mappings, and they allow moving inside their own folders. Due to how big your T and W drive is, we cannot enable moving as it would take about half an hour for the move box to actually load up all the directories that you may or may not have in that folder. So you can see here that we got enable read to, enable write to. You can enable read to all, or none, or a specific group, or specific groups. Comment eliminated as usual. Underneath that, you've got the upload filters. These are used to filter what the user can actually select to upload. So you've got the standard ones that access Excel, HTML, images, Word, zip. And then all files is only enabled for admin users. You can change this to all if you so wish and remove the other ones. Underneath that, you've got the announcement box, which is shown to all users and is only allows domain admins to edit it. You can change either of those two values. Underneath that, you've got the Active Directory connection string. You'll need to change this to being your Active Directory connection string, or LDAP connection string. Just basically change chso1.criccal to whatever your primary domain controller's fully qualified domain name is. After that, you've got OU equals establishments. If you are planning to log on as the administrator, not system admin, but administrator, remove this part of the LDAP connection string. You've then got DC equals criccal and DC equals internal. Change the DC equals criccal to your domain name. If you're running CC4, please remove OU equals establishments as well. Underneath that, we've got quite a bit underneath it. We've got an authorization. Allow roles equals CHS EasyLink. Deny users equals star. You need to change the allow roles equals EasyLink from being CHS EasyLink to being the group that the EasyLink group. So basically to change CHS to your establishment code. If you, however, want anybody that's logged on to be able to access this, set it to be allow users equals question mark. Allow users equals star, deny users equals question mark, and swap the two rules around. Underneath that, we've got the membership provider. This will be something that you'll need to change. Scroll along and you should see a connection username. Change the connection username from domain /criccal /administrator to being your domain /administrator, and enter the administrator's password. Underneath that, you've got the connection. You've got another one exactly the same. This time it's under the role manager, the role provider. Change this once again from criccal domain /administrator to being domain your domain /administrator. You can use, if you want to, in this case and the case above where administrator is referenced, a user that has been given delegate access to Active Directory, and by delegate I mean has permission to write into Active Directory. This can be any user that you have created. It doesn't have to be the administrator. And that completes the web.config file edits. Save the file. Once you have changed that, if you browse to https localhost /extranet, if you know the external address, you could probably use that as well. Make sure you put /extranet, and you should see once it will take a while to load initially, as anything with .NET does. It sometimes can be a while loading. Once it's loaded, it should look something like this. So there we go, it's finished loading now, and it does look something like that. You can click on the edit link and it gives you the edit announcement box that allows you to put an announcement in. So tested, and in my announcement box I'm going to tick the show announcement and I'm going to click save. This will go off and save the announcement in there and pop it up at the top of the screen. You can update your details by clicking on the update my details button. Please make sure whenever you log into this page you log in with not the administrator's account, unless you've removed that OU equals establishments bit from the web.config. You should see below that we've got your links to where you need to go, and that completes the configuration of Home Access Plus and we hope that you enjoyed this video.